If a person chooses to lie in order to gain personal benefit or take advantage of others, that behavior may seem to bring some short-term advantage on the surface. But in reality, it is harmful, and that harm is real and unavoidable. First of all, when you lie, you know it. Deep down, you are aware that this is not a right action, that it goes against your conscience. You also know that you yourself do not want to be deceived or harmed by others. So when you realize that you are doing this to someone else, your heart naturally knows that something is wrong. You understand that you are acting in a way that is not honest or decent. Because of this, inner peace becomes difficult to maintain, and the quality of your life begins to decline. In such a state, it is hard for a person to genuinely respect themselves, and without that inner sense of integrity and self-respect, true calmness and contentment gradually fade. Secondly, the state of mind behind a lie is itself a kind of energy. The moment the mind moves, that energy is already released and continues to exist. Sooner or later, that energy has to be faced and borne by the person who created it. In other words, for the sake of a small, temporary benefit, one ends up with inner unease in the present and consequences to face in the future. Seen this way, lying is not a wise choice at all. It may look clever, but in fact, it brings no real benefit to oneself. Whether to lie or not is ultimately a decision each person must make for themselves. But if you choose to lie and harm others, you should also understand that one day, that harm will return to you in some form. You may not know when or how it will appear, but being aware of this reality before making a decision is actually a way of protecting yourself. This is why Buddhism repeatedly teaches people to avoid false speech. And it is not only Buddhism, almost all religions and moral systems encourage people to stay away from lying. This is not meant to restrict people, but to remind us that honesty is, in fact, beneficial to ourselves. As for whether to lie again in the future, that choice is still yours. But when a person truly takes responsibility for their own life, they tend to make decisions that are wiser and more beneficial in the long run.